Thank you, Kapilji. Jai Jinendra, everyone.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, sir.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, sir. Just joining in a minute.
Sure.
Why the attendance is so low?
Some people are traveling and
Huh.
a couple of emergencies. So,
What should we be doing? Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai
कैसे हैं?
Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, कौन? Vinoti. My
Yes,
God.
ma'am.
How many days have you joined now?
So sorry, ma'am. I've been traveling to schools, so I've not been able to attend.
Traveling to?
To different schools. Like I
For what?
mentioned, I do career counseling. So before the exams, I had to finish.
Good job. Do you counsel them for humanity, divinity, spirituality?
No, ma'am. Humanity, commerce, science, engineering, medicine.
But to be a good human being, a good soul, that is the important career that we all should be taking.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Besides the other careers we take.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so from now on, try to integrate a pinch of it. A pinch of it.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Okay, sure. Yes. Manglacharan, have you done? Saurabhai?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, so we have to start the semester, right? Or we have
We did 300 and page number 308.
11. Ninth chapter. All of you,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Ninth chapter, page number 308.
We went up to 308.
Okay, chalo. So I told you people should be doing two pages, right? If I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
So do you?
I have prepared for page 310, 9 onwards,
Hmm. So
Purusharth se hi moksha prapti.
yes. So you can start, Saurabhai, and then I'll add my special comments.
Okay. We'll do the Mangalacharan first.
Hmm. You do now. I'll just.
शिव उपाय करते प्रथम कारण मंगल रूप विघ्न विनाशक सुख करन नमो शुद्ध शिव भू जय जय
जय जिनेन्द्र जी
जय जय
मेरा मैम
Yes, ma.
So
This was the Mangalacharan of chapter 9.
yeah.
Anybody wants to refer can refer there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would be presenting my understanding of the title Purusharth Sehi Moksha Prapti, which is on page number 309, chapter 9. So as a background of it, we understand 5 factors that are going to be considered or should be taken into view here. The first one is Kala Labdhi. The second one is Swabhav. The third one is Purvakrit Karma. Fourth one is Purusharth. And fifth one is Bhavitavyata. As in the previous section, Panditji laid down the framework for this discussion here to say that the primary purpose of Jiva is experiencing uninterrupted bliss. This is completely manifested in the state of Siddha, and it's partially manifested in jivas who are rising from 4th Gunasthanak upwards until 12th Gunasthan, and is pervertly manifested in the rest of the jivas. So, with that kind of an understanding, I would like to lay down the state of the interaction happening between the seeker and Acharya Panditji. The seeker, I believe, is not sitting at the fence. He is not having any doubts in a sarcastic manner. So he has understood the concept to some extent. His view is very much multifocal. His confusion is now confirming his doubts to move forward. So with that, the title of this particular discussion is to attain the state of moksha, Purusharth is the only factor in control of jiva. As we understand, every person or every jiva from eternal times has been confused about this particular aspect, and they have taken it in a different way of understanding to say if Purusharth is predestined, or if everything is predestined, then why do Purusharth? So the whole discussion is going to be continuing in this format. Panditji's response is that Purusharth should be understood from the definition of Purusharth Siddhi Upay as Amritchandra Acharya has laid down there. That is when one will be understanding what true Purusharth has to be. After that, he goes on to the path of sequence of questions and answers to establish the importance of this title. The first question that is asked by the seeker is, which one of these factors is the right factor for as a remedy for attaining moksha? Is it Kal-labdhi? Is it Bhavitavyata? Is it state of fruition of past karmas? Or is it Purusharth? If the previous three are the right factors, then why are we discussing Purusharth? And if Purusharth is the right factor, then why is it not observed uniformly in every jiva doing Purusharth? To respond that, I'll just jot down the points that I could get from the answer. The first one he says is that multiple factors need to align for completion of any work. In this particular aspect of attaining moksha, all the 5 factors have to align at the same time. Jiva can only put efforts in self-management. Everything else is independent of this so-called Purusharth. Purusharth in the right direction will draw all the other factors to align for the completion of the goal. Even Jineshwar Bhagwan advises Jiva to focus on the Purusharth and not worry about the other 4 factors. He further confirms that all the Jivas who have attained moksha, who are in the process of attaining moksha, and who will do so in future, are doing so by following this directive, following this guidance. To the second part of this question, he says, why is Purusharth not observed to lead to conclusion uniformly? The first, he says, is those who attempt or do follow this guidance wholeheartedly are the ones who will find this appropriate and concluding in the right direction. But those who do not, even though they understand the concept but don't follow it wholeheartedly, they will always find they're missing the point. With that, he comes to the next question, where the seeker says, if Purusharth was the reason for somebody to, or the remedy for somebody to attain moksha, then it is observed in the Dravilingam Muni that he is doing efforts to be engaged on the path of moksha by renouncing all his external connectivities, practicing intense penance, but he does not seem to reach the destination. How would we view this kind of phenomenon or behavior from Jineshwar's advice perspective? The answer to that is efforts in the wrong directions cannot achieve desired results. The second point is all external activities, including austerities, lead to punya bandha. Now, expecting that the punya bandha should lead to moksha is a delusion itself. With that explanation, another question rises in the mind of the seeker. He says that this delusion, if it is considered to be a delusion, is based on the status of the Monia karma. So how would efforts or purusharth be helpful in overcoming the Monia karma? Where the response is, if the jiva seeks the right guidance for the right conclusion, he will be able to um, be a knower and seer, and that way he does not have to influence the Moni karma. He does not have to be deluded or driven by the Moni karma. The second conclusion or response is, if he puts effort in acknowledging and understanding the right guidance, he will be able to see the process more clearly, and he will be able to put his efforts there. The third response is, outcome of right guidance is chronological purification of bhava and the corresponding decrease in the intensity of Moni karma. With that kind of uh, situation, Moni karma will not be bothering the jiva who is putting his efforts in the right direction. This leads to the next question. Not being able to focus on the efforts for right conclusion could be also due to the corresponding karma uday. How would we then tackle this situation? So the response from Panditji is, from one sense to four sense organisms plus the asangni panchendra jiva, this will be accepted answer or question for them, because they don't have that capacity of mental application. So they will be only driven by the karmic fruition. But this person is a human who is Sangni Panchendriya and has the potential to rightly conclude the process of Mokshamarga. He is also able to overcome the influence of Jnanavarni karma and Monia karma, and he would be able to get onto the right track. But if he does not go on to put his efforts that way, he cannot ask for any more guidance if he is not willing to take the step that he is supposed to. The next question that is Monia karma is obstructing Samyaktva and Charitra. Without the destruction of karma, how would one's efforts take him towards the desired direction of moksha? The response here is, if one refuses to direct his efforts or does not sincerely put his efforts towards right conclusions of tattvas, it is his fault. With this, if he puts the or blames the karmas to be the reason of his wrong conclusions, that is not going to help him in any way. So if he makes the right conclusion of tattvas, he will be able to see corresponding destruction and corresponding absence of moni karma. So in conclusion, he says, efforts directed towards correct interpretation and conclusion of tattvas is the most fundamental need on this path. The second point he says is, karmas do not have any role in not putting the right efforts in concluding the tattvas. It is one's own efforts and desire to go so. Then the third point he says, if there is no motivation to put the efforts in the right direction, then he is only going to set the blame on the moni karma. So the motivation has to be there. The next question he says is, dravya karma leads to bhav karma, which is what we have been studying all the time. So he says this cycle of dravya karma leading to bhav karma leading to dravya karma is also influential in the jiva not going on to the right track. How does he break this cycle? Response here is, this situation is only possible in the state of repeatedly same actions. But in the case of Sangni Panchendriya Manushya, there is a possibility of alteration in the state of karmic bondage and fruition with the nimitta of parinam. So if he is able to direct his parinam in the right way, he would be able to see a corresponding alteration in the karmic bondage that he has, which will give him a little bit more clarity of how the situation pans out and takes his efforts there. The next thing he says that there is a chronological progression to 5 sense state from the first 1 sense state with mind, which is again based on also the corresponding karmic package. But there is an intense intensity of rag dvesh in the lower beings, which can be taken care of at the higher state of logic to be able to overcome those karma, dravya karma, and bhav karma cycle. So there is a lot of understanding going here from Panditji's side to give him a very clear picture of what is required of him to be taking his next step. Then he says to the answer of question 7, he says lower sense being are unable to get to the stage of controlling their or managing their rag and dvesh. Those capable beings who can do not often put efforts in this direction. So he is directing now to those who are showing laxity in their opportunities. He says that there is a strong message to those jivas who are not putting their efforts, even though they are able to say that if they are able to manage the intensity of the rag, they will be able to strengthen their confirmation of the tattva as they are. Then he says, if this jiva misses this opportunity, he will keep circulating in the transmigratory cycle. He is giving hope and a motivation to those jivas who are willing to break this cycle to say, one who identifies the opportunity, engages in seeking right advice, and puts effort in the conclusion of tattvas correctly will observe corresponding decrease in the potency of monia karma. So repeatedly he is bringing the jiv to the potential of concluding or tattva nirnay. And then in the next point, he says, this is a sure shot process to experience Samyak Darshan. This is the only way to experience Samyak Darshan. This leads to chronological progression to Samyak Charitra, leading to, or in Samyak Charitra, leading to the state of Siddha ultimately. In bold letter message, he says, this opportunity is not to be missed. A very rare opportunity that only comes once in a very long time. One should surrender to the efforts suggested by the benevolent guru with true commitment. So that is my understanding why Purusharth is so much of important factor to be considered. Thank you, Jain.
You have done up to page number 312.
13.
13 you completed.
Yeah, 13 halfway, because that's when the next next portion starts.
So very nice, Saurabh bhai. You have
Thank you.
summarized from page number 309, then 310, 311, 312, and 330.
Yeah.
So those of you keep your book open and listen to what he is just told. You can follow. Okay. You can follow what to say, what he is told. Because nothing he is told on his own. It is all there in the book. He's only just given you a very small rendering translation, not word to word translation, but the summary of it, the essence of it, he's covered it. So now I'll do it in my way. Likewise, you all try to do two pages. Okay? All of you should do two pages, otherwise I won't take class. And if nobody is doing, then Saurabh bhai will do. Not in so much detail, but very briefly. Not in so much detail, but briefly. Okay. Now, what I would like to add is, first of all, how and when does moksha happen? Does it happen just because the time has come, or by purusharth, as he said? Okay, that is how the lines open on page number 309. That is how, moksha ka upay is kalabdhi or bhavitavyata. When it has to happen, it will happen. Okay. Then he says, or it will happen by your effort. Okay, purusharth se moksha hoga kya? That's what he's asking. So he says, if it happens by time and when it has to happen, then it will happen. Why are you preaching? Okay. And if you say it happens by Purusharth, then Purusharth, so many people are doing. No. Not Purusharth. Uh, Upadesh is being given to everybody, but not everybody takes to Purusharth. Right? So they will take to Purusharth when the time comes, or when they take to Purusharth, the time will come. Understood the question, everybody? They will do the Purusharth when the time comes, or when the time comes, they will do Purusharth. So for that, he says that time is always there. Time is always going by, right? Time is always operating. But when will our time come? And apna time kab aayega? So he says, when the actual act happens of Purusharth, that is your time. Otherwise, it is Parkal, right? It is not Swakal. Okay? And what has happened, that was predetermination. So, and then karma, upsham and all, Atma is only a nimit, not the doer of it. Karma is another. Karma is your neighbor. What happens in your neighbor's house is not your business. Right? What happens in your house is your, like that, when Atma is your house. Because of you are not in your house, so the karmic house is operating. Kind of things he's telling. Okay. Then, as he said, Purusharth we have to do of, see, only through Purusharth moksha can happen. And then he says, Purusharth even Dravyalingi Muni are doing. Then he says, no. Any and every kind of Purusharth will not lead to moksha. The Purusharth should be in the right direction. Like, for example, you want to make a dish. It has to be made in the way it has to be made. I want to make sira or halwa. There is a method to do it. But if I do some other method, ka Purusharth, will I get halwa? I may get something else, but not the halwa that I want. So Purusharth should not be anyatha. Anyatha means not the other way. We are not doing the Purusharth according to the Swabhav. The Swabhav is akarta. Gyata drishta akarta. So then the Purusharth should also be of remaining Gyata drishta akarta. Then it is the right time. Then you have done the Tattva Nirnay. Then you have not done the Bhav Karm. So you have not done the Bhav Karm means no Dravya Karm will come to you. Then no karma will be created. So any and every kind of Purusharth will not lead to moksha. The Purusharth should be in the right direction. And that right direction is the Ratnatraya. And that begins with Tattva Nirnay. Tattva Nirnay means determination that I am a pure soul. No, the determination that I am only a knower and seer and not doer. Doing things is not my nature. Knowing, seeing is my nature. So once you've understood your Swabhav, okay, that is a Tattva Nirnay. Then the right Purusharth will come. Only through right determination, the Brahm, that I can do so much, I have done so much, I will do so much. Only then that Brahm means that illusion will be arrested. The delusion will be arrested. The darshan moha will be arrested. And then according to the understanding of the Swabhav, you do the Purusharth of, do means what? You engage in. Do means not physical activity, not any doing per se. It is engaging with the pure soul. When you understand the pure soul, like Siddha Bhagwan, is a non-doer, a karta. So then only the actual Purusharth of Gyata Drishta will happen. Atma is a karta. Atma is not the doer. All that is happening is because of the Kaya, Yoga, Man Vachan, Kaya, Yoga, activity. I'm only a knower inside. So that deeply, that profound should be our understanding of the philosophy of Jainism. Only then you are first of all a true Jain. Then in the Charitra it will come. That same Gyata Drishta Karta ka Abhyas. Will set the Mokshamarga rolling. Otherwise, you're not applying your upyog in Tattva Nirnay. That is the biggest dosha. That is what is told on page number 3. Your dosha, it's your dosha. Don't blame the karma. Don't blame the kal labdhi. Don't blame that nimit. I did not get the nimit and all those things. So, and don't put the blame on those karma and all that. Okay. Then he talks about lot of things. Karma ka uday, utkarshan, upkarshan, sankraman. You know, all this happen because of the, see, when your spiritual quotient rises, or when you rise in spirituality or engagement with the pure soul, the first the karma ki shakti will be loosened. The karma shakti की हीनता होगी and आत्मा में हान वृद्धि होगी. वृद्धि will be multiplicative times, you know. उसको षटगुण हानि वृद्धि ऐसे बोलते, यानी हानि of negative things and वृद्धि of positive things. षटगुण, you know, like that in multiplicative way it will happen. Okay, so now he says that who can do tattva nirnay? Only the Sangi Panchendriya can do. The 1 to 4 sense jivas don't have the power to do, they don't have what to say, reasoning power. So they cannot do the tattva nirnay. Then he says, yeah, according to the tattva nirnay, you do the purushartha without wasting time. Then only the cycle of transmigration can be arrested. Understand? You do the tattva nirnay of that the swabhav and of the swabhav, then the purusharth happens, then only your pramad and everything will be loosened. Okay, so purusharth se tat. So what purusharth we have to do? Tattva nirnay ka purusharth. Tattva nirnay means determination. Tattva means I am that pure Jeev Tattva. See, what the Jeev Tattva is, we don't know right now. You know, first it may be a fanciful idea, but the deeper you do the swadhyay, that idea will become a way of life. Right? It's only an ehsas, it's only a pratiti, it's only a realization that I am mere awareness. See, mere means only, not poor, mere, no, not that. I'm, you know, poor thing, not like that. Okay? So when you understand that I'm a pure soul, I'm a knower and seer, then you won't take to ragadi. Ragadi means rag, dvesh, kashai, etc. So why we are engaging in our day-to-day activities? It is because of rag. So even we are engaging in the day-to-day activities, the rag is there. Is not the gyan also there that I am engaging, I am not engaging, I should not engage, right? But since Anadikal, the Jeev has been tuned to doing some material activity. First, because of the illusion that I am the doer. Second, delusion that I have to do. Then only things will happen. Okay. I am the one who is running the show and all that. What will happen if we die and go? The show in the world is going on. Anant Arya and Sid Bhagwan have gone. The show of the world is going on. So what all can you do? You know, your energy to your shakti to do sansar ka thing is this much, but the desire to do is so much. You know, because the jeev wants name and fame outside, the jeev is greedy outside, the jeev needs all this outside, so it is always focusing outside. It has never felt the need to realize, to be contented, to go inside. So the greed, that lobh kashai only is the one that will go in the last. That is only propelling all the other things. Okay. So like this, very beautifully he analyzes all these things, tattva nirnay and all that. So purusharth se hi moksha ki prapti hogi. Again, I'll request you all to listen to my Friday lecture also related to this. And one last thing that he says is, it is very easy to flow with the river current, you right? But it is very difficult to flow against the current. You know, you somebody is fallen in the river, the flow is going on, and the person is floating. He gets carried away by the river current, and where he will reach? He will reach the ultimate. If he keeps flowing, 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 where he will reach? He may reach the salty ocean. And the example that I gave in the class is, uh, now, from where does the river start? It starts from a small point in the mountains or hills or whatever. The underwater, it comes out in the form of a spring, whether it is Ganga or Yamuna or anything, it starts from as a small spring. But the force is such, below, that the water keeps flowing, 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 and it becomes a mighty river, right? And then it goes and merges with the salty ocean. That is the concept. Now, let us try to take this analogy to understand the spirituality. The source is the Gyayak Bhav. And that small spring coming out is Gyan ki Pariyay. And the Gyan ki Pariyay continuously flows. And the Gyan ki Pariyay continuously flows. And we flow with the Gyan. That means we are occupied. And in the Gyan, the Gyeya are reflected. So we are engaging with the Gyeya. We are not engaging with the Gyan. We are engaging with the Gyeya. So the more you engage with the Gyeya, you will go to the salty ocean of Nigodbhav. But if you flow against the current of that river, right, which is Gyan Swabhav, and you don't get carried away by the Gyeya, then you reach the source of Gnan, that is the Gyayak. That is the Gyayak, right? And just as the source is hidden in the mountains, likewise the Gyayak Bhav is hidden in the Gyan Swabhav. So Gyayak mein Gnan, Gnan mein Gyayak. And in the Gyayak, Gyan is always there. But in the Gyan, who is there? Is it the Gyayak or is it the Gyeya? So to go with the Gyeya is easy, flowing with the current. This is called as Ogha Drishti. But to focus on the Gyayak is Yoga Drishti. Clear? Got it? So I will request Saurabh Bhai to please take a clip of what I told just now, that Nadika example, and you will give it to him. Before I told Saurabh Bhai, वहां तक एक clip बनता है, तो वो मुझे आप निकाल के दो. So all of you understood. So Purusharth is easy or hard? He says it's very easy because you are that Gyayak Bhav. It's very easy. But you have not attempted since Anadikal. So the Purusharth is not in the right direction. So don't be in an illusion that doing some activities like Yatra, Upvas, and all these things you will get liberation. No. He says flowing against the source is Yatra. Flowing against the river current is Upvas. Upavas, right? Flowing against the current of the Gyeya is Bhakti, is Puja. That you do once, that is enough. Quality say, and it should match with the Gyayak Bhav. Your ideal is the Gyayak. Then your Purusharth may be in every Bhav, the Gyayak only should be dancing. Because that is what we eternally are. We are now also that only. समझ में आया? ठीक है? So this is the example. So this is the summary of this portion of Mokshamarga Prakasahak 9 chapter. Yes. Next, anybody else wants to do the next 2-3 pages? Next 2-3 pages. Who is going to do? Why only Saurabh Bhai and me want to go to Moksha? Huh? Hello, everybody. All of you are in the 5th year. All of you switch on your videos and talk to me right now. Those who are going to catch up with the record. Bharat Bhai ko call kiya kya Saurabh Bhai? He's there. Bharat Bhai is there. He's there. Yes, dear. Every day, 2 pages you have to prepare and come. Put on the group which 2 pages you're going to do. Do it in an order. And it is an order. 5th year, you all are now seniors. You're going to pass out. So you all have to learn how to open these pages to somebody, to yourself. We are not going to be with you after 1 year. You have to be with the Swadhyay. The Swadhyay has to be with you. So this exercise of telling you that you all have to teach from now onwards. I will only be there to add the special effects. And you can do 9th chapter. You can start with the Rahasya Purna Chitti. till March. We will
Okay.
finish this. And then April, you can do the next book. Right? Then June, you can do the next book.
Yes, ma'am.
So all of you will read and come. You read from the Tamil books, you read from the Hindi books, you read from the English. That's your call. Okay? Yes. Anybody else is ready? If you're ready, please tell. Please put on the group first itself that I will do 2-3 pages so that others can take their other pages.
I
Okay?
have a question, ma'am.
Bolo.
This concept of five samvais, is it unique to Jain philosophy, or it has its roots somewhere else as well in other philosophies?
They also talk, but they don't talk in the five samvai as such.
Okay.
They will each, like, एक एक जन एक एक को पकड़ के बात करते हैं. एक पुरुषार्थ, one will focus on पुरुषार्थ, one will focus on काल, one will focus on God's grace, निमित्त, है ना, one will focus on time,
Right.
कर्मा, नक्षत्र, ज्योतिष, एक एक को पकड़ लिया. अनेकांत दृष्टि they are not applying. That
Okay.
you will get here only. That you will get here.
Even with the
Like,
Purusharth, they have their different uh, definitions or different
yes,
perspectives for
yes,
Purusharth.
yes. Purushar, they will say surrender to God,
Yeah,
devotion, and nishkam karma.
yeah,
And if you take Bhagavad Gita, it talks about 18 types of yoga. तो वहां पर ज्ञान के बारे में भी बताते हैं, but
right,
explicitly इतना ज्ञायक भाव के बारे में नहीं बताते, कोई भी नहीं बताते.
right.
Even in the Upanishads, if you take, they talk about very deep spirituality. But there also you don't find the five samvai things.
Okay,
If any literature that comes very close to what Bhagwan's philosophy is, it is the Upanishads.
okay,
And in there also you don't find it collectively talking about apeksha se pan samvai ke bare.
right.
As far as my reading goes, okay. As far
Okay,
as my
yeah,
reading goes, there may be something which I have not read, but
yeah.
but I can tell you, as far as my reading goes, I have not found.
Okay, thank you, man.
They will talk about each samvai. पुरुषार्थ करो, कर्म करो, टाइम आएगा तब होगा. Like, Krishna says कि कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु. He says सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज. Give up all dharma and surrender to me. But if I have to interpret it in the Jain way, I will say you forget the Dasalakshana, you forget the Ratnatraya, you forget Karuna. You just focus on the Vastu Swabhava Dharma. Mam ekam means to me alone you surrender. So there, in that context, it may be Krishna, but deep down, who is Krishna? He's a consciousness. So surrender to that consciousness. Right? Mamekam Sharanam Vraj.
Yeah,
Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Ma Shuchaha. I will give you moksha. Have no doubt. So this is like a soul calling, not
yeah,
Krishna calling, but it is a soul that is calling. The soul is telling you, don't worry about anything else. You just devote yourself to the pure soul.
right,
It will give you moksha.
right.
So that
Yeah,
is the deep down thing that is there even in the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads and all that. But it is over colored by Krishna and mythology and all these kind of things.
right.
And if you
Thank,
try to talk about the deep spirituality, sidelining everything else, then you are attracting undue attention from people, and they will think that you are irreligious, you're atheist, you're anti-Hindu or anti-Bhagwan and all these kind of things. But actually, that is the real, what to say, obedience to Bhagwan. Because that is what all the Bhagwans have preached. That is what they have done. They have surrendered themselves to their pure soul. Right? You understand the
yes,
big
yes,
gap between the true religion and the pseudo religion.
yes, yes.
Can you see the
Yeah,
gap?
yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
understanding Krishna itself is a big purusharth. Understanding Krishna means the consciousness Krishna, not
Yes,
that mythological coloring Krishna.
yes,
You understand?
yeah,
The same thing you can take in the Bible. You are the truth, you are the life, you are the way. So who is you? It is the pure soul. Or if you hear, if you say Jesus, then who is Jesus? He's not the body, he's not the name, he's consciousness.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
From the field of consciousness, these terminology has come that you are the truth. I am the truth. I am the way and I am the life. So that I am, you know,
Yeah.
that bhav of I am is there even in Bhagwan, it is there in the micro creature, it is there in macro creature, it is there in everybody. But this I am is overpowered by I am Priya, I am a boy, I'm a girl, I'm this. But that I am is neither boy nor girl. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
So that is Purusharth, understanding that what is that real I am. So sit in meditation and just focus on I am.
Mm.
Not I am doing, I am eating, I am thinking, I am reading, I'm Priya, I'm Umeshini, I'm Jayanti. No, the body is Jayanti, Umeshini, but the soul is not Umeshini or Jayanti or Priya.
Yes.
Like that, Veda Vigyan should keep happening.
Yeah.
Then that is Purusharth. Ved is
Yeah.
there between the real I and the false I. You just have to do the Vigyan of it. That's all.
Yeah.
So that is spoken about in many ways.
Okay.
In many ways, it is spoken about here and there in many literature. But oh, your time will come, Panchalabdi, Panch Paravartan, all those details you won't find it.
Yeah. That's
Nimit,
true.
they are all only Nimit. You are Upadan. Very, very, nahi ke barabar mila. Mujhe to nahi
Oh,
mila.
okay.
But about spirituality, very beautiful you find in Mandukya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad. The Upanishads come. See, Upanishad means what? Upa means near.
Yeah.
Upanishad means to sit.
Mm.
To sit near the Atma. So those who sat near the Atma and got the insights have been told in the Upanishads.
Yeah. Okay.
Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad. Yani the very big jungle. Aranyaka means forest.
Yeah.
So all Upanishads are worth reading. To understand what this Gyayak Swabhav Bhagwan Atma.
Yeah.
So sometimes some reading from another literature can hit you. That idea of pure soul can hit.
True. True. Yeah. Thank you, man.
Understand?
Mm.
Very
Yeah.
nice question. Very nice question. So all of you understood, all of you enjoyed. एक smile तो बनता है. एक smile तो बनता है. कोई smile ही नहीं करता है. बहुत टेंशन हो रहा है. दो पेज, टू पेज पढ़ने को बोल रहे हैं मैडम. From now onwards, I will not teach if you don't teach. I will sit quietly, waiting for your little birdie to open the wings. Okay, chalo bolo. कौन बोल रहा है next one? I am ready with another 5-10 pages. Your loss. If you don't teach, I will not teach.
खाली पढ़ सकते हैं मैडम.
Huh?
I
See,
can
I'll tell
read.
you one thing. I'll tell
I
you
can
one
read.
thing.
Hmm.
Wait. I'll tell you one thing. In Friday class, we completed up to page number. I think we finished this full portion. Not full portion. We finished up to
321, I think.
321 तक. 321 तक हो गया था.
What I listened to the class, it was saying up to 329.
323 तक we finished. 323 तक we have finished. Because at least 4 people there read 2233 pages. And I only gave the special comments. How Saurabh did right now, you may not do it in so much detail. Come on. Yes, next who will come? You're on mute, Jayanti ji.
Ma'am, I will do next week, ma'am. Another chapter.
Okay, next. So put on the group which pages you're taking so that others don't take. Who will put first their choice? So today itself go through the pages and fix the pages which you're comfortable with. So you have access to English book, you have access to Tamil book, you have
Saurabh,
access to Hindi book. All 3 things are there.
can Saurabh ji assign the pages to us?
No. You have to assign.
You pick up. Yeah.
Okay. So
Nobody is ready then. I will do these pages. Today I will do. Next class onwards, I will not do.
मैडम कौन सा पेजेस है?
320, 320. We have to do now 313.
15.
Okay. 313, all of you will listen. And how to do, try to listen over here. Okay. So here, they are going to talk about the nature of moksha. See, now I'll tell you one thing. What is the title of the book that we are doing? Mokshamarga Prakasahak.
Yes.
Prakasahak means the one highlighter of Mokshamarga. So now only that portion is coming. All this while it was a prelude to it. Samajh mein aaya?
Yes.
All this while is a prelude to it. You just imagine. The Moksha Marga Swarup is there in other many books. But the reinforcing the faith in the Moksha Marga, no, it comes through this book. The more you read it, the more you have the reinforcement, you have the enforcement directorate, no, the government. So the reinforcement directorate in you is awakened. Okay, so what he says is that all this while the jiva was blaming the nimitt. Okay, सर्व प्रकार से शुद्ध अवस्था होना, सर्व प्रकार से. See, the Atma is a pure soul, understanding the pure soul and engaging with it, the pure soul manifests. Otherwise, it remains deep down dormant. So, first Purusharth is understanding the nature of the soul. Second, engaging with the pure soul. So, understanding the pure soul is Samyak Darshan Gnan. Engaging with the pure soul is Samyak Charitra. When these three are perfected, it is moksha. And when you start the engagement, so the partial moksha starts happening. And when it is perfected, that engagement is perfected, so it is moksha. So basically, it is disengagement from non soul activities and engagement with the nature of the pure soul. So disengagement, you call it as detachment, you call it as aparigra, and engaging with the pure soul is Ratnatraya. You understood, Jayanti ji, what I'm telling just now? What did I say? Can you repeat it?
Samyak Darshan, Jnana and Charitra is Ratanatraya. Engaging in that Ratanatraya is our Swabhav. Is it correct, ma'am?
I didn't say this. Repeat my words. Repeat my words. If you have listened carefully, you can.
I forgot it, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. That's what I understood, ma'am.
Umeshini.
Engaging in pure soul is partial moksha, and this disengagement with non-soul activities, that is.
So both happen simultaneously, dear.
Yes.
The more you engage with the pure soul, the disengagement from worldly activities can be seen. Right?
Yes.
Engagement with the pure soul cannot be seen by anybody outside. It can only be experienced inside. But how will we know that somebody is engaging with the pure soul? When you see him detached with all non-soul things, right? So that can happen even to a Dravyalingi Muni or no. He can disengage from worldly things. The Dravyalingi Muni can disengage means detach. But he is not engaging with the pure soul. Even though physically, mentally, verbally is doing nothing, sitting for long meditation for years together, right? But he is not, why? Because he has not done the Tattva Nirnay. He has not done the Tattva Nirnay that I am the pure soul. I am a knower and seer. I am this kind of Jeev. That push, that determination has not happened. So I don't know. I told in the Friday class about one message. We are in so many Swadhyay groups now. So a lot of Swadhyay keeps happening. है ना Saurabh bhai?
Yes,
सुदीप
ma'am.
सर कितना अच्छा लिखते हैं,
Yeah, very nice.
कितना
Very nice.
बढ़िया लिखते हैं, है ना, कितनी हाई,
बहुत
कितने विचारों को।
true, true.
भरत भाई आप भी
Thoughtful.
पढ़ सकते हैं, तो थॉट उनको भेज सकते हो आप,
Sure.
है ना।
फ्राइडे बैच वालों को?
नहीं, ये अलग से है.
अच्छा अच्छा, वो पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट वाला तो नहीं? पोस्ट,
No, I'll talk to you.
ओके।
उनको थोड़ा बता देना पहले क्या है, नहीं तो उनको हाई हिंदी समझ में आती है नहीं आती है, एंजॉय करना चाहिए, मेन उनको फायदा होना चाहिए।
वो भी मध्य प्रदेश से ही है, मैम.
हाँ, आती तो है।
नहीं नहीं, तो वो थोड़ी साहित्यिक हिंदी है ना,
Yeah.
और वो तात्विक है, पूरी तात्विक है। So very deeply he talks and he reflects and he writes and he posts the message, you know. So it's very,
It does become a thought-provoking medium.
हाँ हाँ सब है, रात को ही चले। एक मिनट। सॉरी डियर, सॉरी। हाँ, so मोक्ष का स्वरूप, because why I'm telling you to do this exercise is because it's a long chapter. There are many things that I will miss, which you can catch. There are many things that you will miss, which I can highlight. Okay? That is why, dear. Okay? And now that you're in 5th year, you should take things on you. Did I give you the qualities of Antaratma? Write down. Very beautifully, I learned in another thing. Very beautiful, you know. If these qualities are not there in us, then we are not Antaratma, we are Bahiratma. So those who are not having these qualities, they are not Antaratma, means they are not followers of Paramatma, nor their Paramatma hood will come out. So if Paramatma hood doesn't come out, then forget moksha. You understand what I'm telling?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just write the words, letters I'm telling, one below the other. A, N, T, A, R, A, P, T, A. Antarappa is a Prakrit word. It is there in Samadhi Tantra. Bahirappa, Antarappa, Paramappa, Appa so Paramappa. Right? So what is A? A stands for activeness. And Antarappa is always active. Priya ma'am told do these 2 pages means active. Right now I am active. Right? Priya ma'am tells you do 1 hour yoga. Active. Priya ma'am says today Ashtami all of you do upas. Active. Priya ma'am says leave the house, all of you come for 1 hour seva. Come and clean the mandir. Active. समझ में आया? Antaratma is always active like a yogi. That much he has trained himself. That much he has disciplined himself. So without discipline, that activeness will not come. See, we are active. See, when you're active for all these activities, spiritual related activities, rituals, then your material engagement will be less and less, right? So now you are coming on the path of disengagement from the worldly things and purushart for engaging in the spiritual things. If you really desire your spiritual development or self-development or growth, right? Are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Active from next week onwards, you will all show your Antarappa qualities, Antaratma qualities.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So A for activeness. Priya ma'am said 1 page you do Umeshini means Umeshini is ready. Bharat bhai, you do 1 page, you are
Yes, ma'am.
ready.
Yes. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then
Yes.
Then what you have to do is N is notice, observe. How Saurabh Bhai did just now. Go and read those pages and go and listen to that talk. How he has done, how Priya ma'am is doing. You should be noticing by this time how Priya ma'am covers the portions. Like that, even I will do it. So that then you will engage in the swadhyay, right? So when you will engage in the swadhyay, disengagement from the world is happening. Okay, understood? N is for notice or observe. Each and everything you observe. For example, you have to go and give a pravachan in mandir. You have to go and give a pravachan in mandir. And people there are all small children. School children have come that day. And you are talking about very deep philosophy. Is it correct? No. You have to talk according the same deep philosophy in a very beautiful, simple way with examples, with comedy. You have to take for the children. So you have to notice, no, who is there accordingly. You have to customize and deliver. Okay. Now you said, okay, Priya ma'am said you should do it with comedy. Now all very serious Panditjis and Swadhyayis are sitting and you are doing with comedy. Is it correct? No. So you have to notice who are your listeners, what is their psychology. According to that, you have to talk. If I talk that way only, it will benefit them. Me talking is not important. They benefiting is more important. So I have to choose a style and a way in which they can understand. Okay. Then you want to go and teach what you're learning in the class to your mother. But your mother is sick. Your mother is not able to concentrate. And you're telling, no, mother, you have to leave everything and you have to listen to me. Is it correct? No. First, you have to make her comfortable. You have to take care of her physical health or mental health and then tell her about the deep things. So only when you notice, only you will do now. Okay. Supposing you go on the stage and you're talking and the mic is not working and the huge crowd and you're softly talking. So is it correct? No. Okay. You're talking very loudly. But behind the children are all, what to say, talking to each other. So you will notice and you will tell the school people or the organizers, please keep 3, 4 volunteers. Please put 3, 4 volunteers there. Only when you notice, you will tell them to do this now. Understand? So how to be a good pravachankar, how to be a good narrator, orator, notice, observe is very important. Suppose you go in the kitchen and some insects are there, ants or cockroaches, and without seeing them, you switch on the gas or something. And this is what is Parshnath Bhagwan's story telling us. Kamat. He's burning the firewood without seeing that there are snakes in it. Had he noticed, he would not have done that violence. No? So you understand what I'm trying to say. I learned it and I'm so happy about it. So we are always working on these antaratma qualities. Then T comes for tolerance. So a teacher may be writing on the board and the people may be throwing a chalk or a paper on the teacher. So what does the teacher do? What does the teacher do? Tolerate. Next comes A, affection. With affection, she tolerates, not simply tolerating. Who's writing this? Parmagam honors.
This is me, Kapil here. This is me, ma'am.
दिखना मत कभी दिखना मत नजर लग जाएगी कभी दिखना मत ये सब जो टीम लीडर्स होते हैं ना देव पुरुष की तरह आते हैं खोल के गायब हो जाते जूम खोलते हैं गायब हो जाते आप खोलते हो उसके लिए अप्रिसिएशन है लेकिन आप लोग दिखते नहीं है ना उसके लिए बहुत दुख है मुझे दुविधा है मुझे This
Pramad,
is the team leader. You have to lead the team with example.
ma'am, Pramad Bhushanam.
तो
Pramad
फिर आप
Bhushan.
ठीक है मुझे नहीं कमेंट करना आप हमें खोल के देते हैं वही बड़ी बात है। चल
I,
जो है सो है
we are full of
जो
Pramad.
हो सो हो जो है सो है
Full of Pramad, ma'am.
5
We
साल
are
में भी
full
नहीं
of.
सुधरा प्रमाद अपना 5 साल में भी नहीं सुधरा
आना है फिर से आपकी क्लास में 5 साल फिर से.
वेडनेसडे क्लास ऑलरेडी चालू हो गई अभी नेक्स्ट में कोई क्लास लेने वाली नहीं हूँ बस खत्म प्रिया मैम
ऐसे
टाइम
ही
ओवर।
ऐसे ही हम
प्रिया मैम
आपको फिर
टाइम
से
ओवर
ये 5 साल में मैंने कपिल जी को देखा भी नहीं है।
है ना, देखा ही नहीं है। कहीं रास्ते चलते मिल भी जाए तो पता ही नहीं चलेगा ये
नहीं पता।
कपिल है।
by the way, by the way, I'm in the hospital. I'll just if you look at my grandmother, she is on oxygen ventilator system. I can bless her also. She's here, ma'am. No, no, mommy. Ma'am, Priya ma'am, where are you? I can't see you, Priya ma'am. Priya ma'am,
नमो रघुवीर जी।
Priya ma'am.
मम्मा की बात सुनो, मम्मा क्या बोले वो करो। मैं सबको जय जी बोल रहे हैं, नहीं बोल रहे हैं क्या? हाँ वो पढ़ा देखो। यस सॉरी।
Priya ma'am, if you can bless my grandmother. She's my
हाँ
grandmother.
बोल। अच्छा अच्छा। ओ प्रणाम माता जी, दादी जी, कपिल के दादी जी, हमारे दादी
She's,
जी। आई एम सो
she's
सॉरी
better now.
कपिल, यू आर
She's better
ऑपरेटिंग
now.
फ्रॉम द हॉस्पिटल।
Yeah, she's better now, ma'am. She was supposed to put up on ventilator few days back, but her oxygen mask is now taken off. So she's on the way of recovery now.
क्या हुआ उनको? लंग्स
She's,
इन्फेक्शन?
yeah, a lungs infection. You're right. You're right. And she's an asthmatic patient, and she has high BP as well. 200 BP and around. It's now 150, in the range of 150. The lungs infections are clear now. Last week she was supposed to be put up on ventilator.
Oh God, I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Please take good care. उनको मंगल पाठ सुना दो। सुनते हैं क्या वो मंगलिक? बीपी है, अस्थमा है और लंग्स इन्फेक्शन है जो कम हो रहा। गुड साइन। कपिल एक बार वीडियो ऑन करो, उनसे हम बात करेंगे 1 मिनट के लिए। शी कैन लिसन। Oh God, he's operating from the hospital. See the commitment. See, that is an Antarappa quality, right? He's always active. जो ड्यूटी लिया है वो करना है ना. So take more such duties of the soul. Then the worldly disengagements will happen. When you don't take responsibilities related to your soul, then all these things are. Okay, chalo. So A for active, N for notice, T for tolerance. So you see, I'll tell you one small example. How many people started in the group when we started 5 years ago? We were 70 people. 70 people. Maybe you can see
Yeah.
70 names will be there.
Yeah.
Unless otherwise somebody is detached. And then slowly it came to 20. And now how many people last semester they took the Gandhar and all that is around 13. But did you see any change in my commitment of teaching? Or
No.
did I lose my temper that no, 70 people are not coming, I'm not going to teach? So do you think I should be worried about it? Yes. As an organizational setup, I will be a little worried. But from the spiritual point of view, I understand the five samvai. I'm not the karta. You know, when their time comes, only anybody can do what I can do. I will do my best and leave the rest. And even if one person is there with the same commitment, I'll teach. Okay. If I'm not able to teach, then I have to feel guilty about it. If I'm not able to deliver, then I will. So now the next quality of Antarappa that will come is affection. How they will teach is affection, and R is for responsibility. And Antaratma takes the responsibility on himself or herself to enlighten people, to teach people, to tell people. That is what I saw in Saurabh Bhai when I went to Australia. He
Thank you,
took
ma'am.
the responsibility on himself. He takes it. Right? So I can see all the qualities of Antaratma in Saurabh.
Thank you, ma'am. You're flattering me.
Really. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not flattering. I have nothing to do with that. But I observed, I saw. That took me to Australia. His devotion, his simplicity, his caring nature for the people around him. You understand? Responsibility. So now you see. So the more and more you become responsible of teaching people, your Antaratma qualities will flower. For this, if you want to do a course, you please pin me. I'll send you the details. I cannot tell anything more than that. You want to know more about this, you ask me. You'll have to ask me personally. Okay. So ANTA, affection is very, very important. You have a very nasty relative. Do you have affection? वहीं कहीं है बेटा, नहीं तो चामक में है. Understood? Affection, all times affection, 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 affection. This is our मेरी भावना का प्रेम भाव हो सब जीवों से मोह दूर पर रहा. Whether it's your servant, whether it's your employee, whether it's your employer, whether it is your nasty mother-in-law or father-in-law or spouse or parents or brothers and sisters, whatever they may be, where is my affection? Never lose your temper and talk. So much of affection, so much of affection. This is what I've learned in 7 months, of that course. We are like a big family, and everybody talking with so much love and affection and smile. Understood, dear? Affection. How much affection you have for your child, that much affection you should have for all the jiva. Whatever they may do, that is their problem, not my problem. Don't try to be God for them. Affection should flow from here. And it should reflect in your eyes, in your face, in your body language. Clear? Affection, the most important quality of Antaratma is affection. If you don't have that quality, means we are all Bahiratma. That is why we are suffering. That is why we are suffering. Because these qualities we are not building is suffering. You build these qualities and see, you will experience so much of joy and happiness and contentment and detachment and simply everything you'll experience. Okay? Affection understood. Next comes responsibility. See, about each quality I can talk for hours together. But I feel you all are matured adults. You will understand. Responsibility means you're driving a car. Should you not responsibly drive the car? You're cooking. Should you not responsibly cook? You're doing swadhyay. Should you not have the responsibility of studying properly, teaching yourself, and then teaching others? No. Priya ma'am told to do one page. Somehow I'll do it. No, that is not responsible. Okay. So ANTARA. Next A is for actualize. No made up behavior. No faking things. Actualize. Very, very important. Swabhavik Bartav. Next comes, after everything A is coming, right? ANTARA. P is for pleasant. Pleasant. Always have a pleasant face, a pleasant manner in dealing with people. Supposing a teacher is coming to the class with a big face and with full of tension, how do you think she's going to communicate to the children? So communicate happiness through your pleasant behavior. So that way you will conquer your anger. You'll conquer your anger, pleasant. So any situation happens, the krodh, the kashai will come out. Kya bole? The flow of kashai and karm will come. Through pleasantness, you can alter the flow of the kashai. You can alter your kashai. Next P is practice. Whatever you have learned, whatever you know, practice. Practice the asana, practice the mudras, practice kayotsar, practice your swadhyay, practice your meditation. Every day, 1 hour practice. And whenever you get time, 5 times in a day, 4 times in a day, 3 times in a day, practice. Practice being a non-doer, practice being an observer. Okay? And the last one is awareness of the pure soul. Practice. Then you are an antaratma, antarappa. Otherwise, if these qualities you are not working on, then we are all bahirappa, bahiratma. Opposite of all these are bahiratma qualities. No affection, no tolerance. You know, no tolerance means no samata bhav, no samaik. Clear, understood, all of you? So, and
Thank you.
this antarappa qualities are designed by Muni Pranamya Sagarji Maharaj, not by me. Okay. So more, if you want, you can listen to his videos. There are more than 1,000 videos. And in the Friday class, our Patni sir, know what he does, I told that parallelly they are doing classes because so Abhi, those Friday people, those 4 people did the presentations, did the teaching of these 3 pages. All are studying with Patni sir other than studying with me. His Patni sir is also 5th year student like you. He took the responsibility on him to teach the people around who are having difficulties. So he's like a friend, philosopher, guide, counselor, mentor for all these. Maybe, and you know what? He came to my house. We had gone for that 1 day Tamil Nadu trip. No, he had come from Hyderabad, and then from my house he was taking class for 6 of my relatives. 3 of my relatives are in the Friday class. So they are learning from him. And one of my relatives had gone to Bangalore and she told her parents and her brother and all, "Hey, what are you people doing with life?" Because now in 4 years, she's become 3 years or 2 years, she has become a little jnani, no? So she took the responsibility in her to tell her family members because she had the affection. Because she had the affection, she took the responsibility and she made them aware of this importance of the studies. And that is how another 4 people have engaged with Patni sir in learning. And one of them is Pakka Shwetambar. Pakka matlab staunch things. So that cousin, when I had gone to Kolkata, we had gone for that Orissa West Bengal trip. So that time even Patni sir was with us at my cousin's place. Okay, I am there and Patni sir is there. So my cousin, my mama's daughter, what she told, my Guruji has come and my Guruji's Guruji Priya ma'am has come. That is how my cousin addressed me. And then she was giving me the gift, parting gift or whatever. I said, I won't take. Then I said, Aapko Guruji ki sunni padegi. I will not take. I've just come to pay a visit. She arranged a nice lunch. We all had lunch. So I left from there and Guruji stayed over there, engaging with them for 1 hour, doing swadhyay, not doing shopping in that Bada Bazaar. You understand? So he went to Bangalore. He did not go to his relatives' house. He went to these students' house, who are my relatives. He went to Kolkata, my relative. He came to my house. I said, somebody please help my mother. He said, ma'am, I'll come to your mother's place. I want to meet her. 1 hour, 1.5 hours, he was engaging with them, telling them about very simple ways how they can engage with the Jainism, Jinwani. So without affection, these things cannot come. Without taking the responsibility, these things cannot. How much I feel, that I should go to a cancer hospital and do some seva. I should go home to home, family to family and do some seva. Do some kirtan, do some bhajan, do some swadhyay. Not talk about spirituality, just sing about it. Or just show some pictures and tell them. Why cannot we go house to house and do like the way the Christians do it?
Ma'am,
You
you
understand?
did a very good job in Vidur last week. They
Ah,
have the videos also.
yes. You all saw the videos?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I came to know that they have put it on all the Tamil groups.
Yes, ma'am. They said the yogic practices were helpful for them because they
I did
have
the Panchamudra for them. Only one slice from that course I have done, no? Panchamudra, Saurabh bhai, आपको सिखाएंगे. So all of you can do. See, what I say is the theory and the practical of Paramagam, no? You can fill it with so many other ways, you know, provided you take the responsibility, provided you have the awareness, all these
that
things.
the need of this
Very
kind.
true.
Yes, yes. So very nice things, you know. I feel so blessed that things keep falling in my lap. Like how the Australia thing came in my lap. I
Yeah.
don't know when Bharat sir is sending me the invitation to come to US. He's not there. He just told, मैम आप आइए. मैं बोली प्रिया मैम ऐसे ही नहीं आएंगे, आपको प्रोग्राम बनाना पड़ेगा.
True. True.
Because
Yeah.
if I have to come, then I take the responsibility to deliver to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
There, Bharat bhai is there. भरत भाई ये थोड़ा सा रिकॉर्डिंग सुन लेना, ओके? ठीक है, चलो. What I was telling, Antarappa quality is all okay. So now you
Yes.
have to tell me every class what you did to develop these qualities. The first thing is you will read 2 pages and come. I'll understand that you have understood this Antarappa quality. Okay. Take the responsibility to teach the people. You may falter, no problem. You may make mistakes, no problem. Doesn't matter at all. At least you attempted, right? You did not run away from the class. You took you obeyed the instructions. You took it on you, no matter. Only when you make the mistakes, I'll know the mistakes and I'll help you correcting them, no? Then only your understanding will grow, no?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't want to go into other things. It's already 9:30. So page number 313 talks about Mokshamarga. And then very beautifully, 3 things are told over here. If you want, you can note down or you can read it. He says, Karan, Karya. Moksha is a Karya. And without the Karan, the Karya will not happen. Page number 313. If without the Karan, the Karya will not happen. But Karan are of many types. Karan are of many types. Karan, you understand, cause and effect. Okay. So first thing he says is, without taking to Muni Linga, moksha cannot happen. Muni bane bina moksha nahi hai. So kya all munis will get moksha? He says no. He says no. Then why are you talking about Muni Linga? For example, without sitting in the train, you cannot reach Delhi. Or without sitting in the plane, you cannot reach Delhi. But I will sit in the plane that takes me to Bihar and not to Delhi. You told me to sit in the plane, no? I went and sat. I bought some ticket, I went and sat. So Karan, you told plane mein baithna, sitting in the plane. I sat. So Karya will happen? Karya will happen? No. Then he says that, so without Muniling, Karan, the Karya of moksha will not happen. And but many times we see that without that Karan also Karya will happen, like tapasya. Some Tirthankars did long tapasya before becoming Tirthankars. Some Tirthankar, that day that they took Diksha, that day itself Keval Gyan happened, without tapas. Without that long fasting and all. Sorry. So, without Anshanadi, Bahya Tap, Karan, moksha can happen or not. Like Bharat and all, that day he took Diksha. So there are some reasons, even if they are not there, moksha can happen. There are some reasons, causes that even if they are there, moksha is not happening. Then the third he is telling is that if they are there, definitely the karya will happen. What is that? Ratnatraya. Right? Without Ratnatraya, the karya of moksha will not happen. So Ratnatraya is the karan. Perfection of Ratnatraya is moksha. Clear? Understood? With Ratnatraya, you take Diksha. With Ratnatraya, you do Upvas. See, under Ratnatraya only, Charitra only, Tapasya, Upvas, everything comes. So with the right understanding you take to these activities, definitely moksha will happen. And without these three, moksha will never, never, never happen. So this is not applicable just for the Jains. It is applicable universally for all creatures. In all the kshetras, at all times. Sarvada, Sarvatha, Sarvatra, this is the right. So if you take the Gita, it will say Jnana Marga, only Gyan will get moksha. Bhakti Marga, only through Bhakti you can reach moksha. Only through Nishkama Karma, engaging or doing material activities without attachment. Each thing. But here it is all the things in one. And how many people do you think will be serious about all in one? एक एक को पकड़ने वाले बहुत लोग हैं. Muslims are there, Christians are there, Hindus are there, engaging in the religious way. But engaging in the right way, very few people are there. You get me, dear children of Jinwani? Very clear, things are very clear. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now what is the Mokshamarga? You all know. It is given over here. Samyak Dattam Gnana Charitrani Mokshamarga. This one line sums up the whole philosophy. It sums up Jiva Jiv Tattva. It sums up the universe six dravya. Right and Samyak means right understanding. Okay. So नियम हुआ. परमार्थ से है ना. So now very nicely he is going to explain all this. Page number 314. He talks about Paramartha se Mokshamarga. For example, somebody wants to go to some city. Okay. Supposing I want to go to Delhi, Paramartha. So I have to engage on the path of Delhi, right? So Charitra Khaludam, Charitam Khaludam. Charitra is the only dharma. And all Jeev are doing some Charitra or the other. But it is not Samyak. So it is not Mokshamarga. And when it will be Samyak? When your understanding is Samyak of Jivadi Tattva, of Mokshamarga, of Bandha, etc. Clear? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Then he says three things. Nirdesh, you can underline. Nirdesh, Lakshan Nirdesh, and Pariksha. Dwar se Nirupan Karte. First he says Nirdesh. Nirdesh means giving the, like for example, there's a wedding in your family. So first you have to give a patrika, no? Nirdesh. Where the marriage is, when it is, whose it is, who is the invitee, all the Nirdesh. Okay. Likewise, Nirdesh. Ratnatraya is Moksha Marga. Nirdesh. Then comes Lakshana Nirdesh. What are the Lakshan? Here only the people make mistake. Not understanding the Lakshan, you won't reach your Lakshya. For example, I ask you what is a Samudra. I ask you what is a Samudra. What you will talk about? You'll talk about its Lakshan. Characteristics, features. So if your features match with the Lakshya, then your knowledge about Samudra is right. But if they don't match with your Lakshya, then your knowledge about Samudra is wrong. नमो दूध का स्मेल आ रहा है. रखा हुआ है क्या गैस? स्मेल गैस बंद करी. Sorry dear. You understood? Likewise, if you don't know the Lakshan of Atma, you can't get the Lakshya of Ratnatraya. You get it? If you don't know the Lakshan of Atma, then the Lakshya of Ratnatraya will not happen. If you don't know the Lakshan of Ratnatraya, the Lakshya of Moksha will not happen. If you don't know the Lakshan of Moksha Tattva, Moksha will not happen. Lakshan means features, characteristics, qualities, aspects, dimensions, etc. Okay, so we've already studied about three Lakshana dosh, the understanding the Lakshana. Vyapti, Avyapti, Asambhav dosh. They are given in great detail from page number 314 to 315, 16, 17. You know, again, see, 314 to 15 talks about these three dosha, which you have already studied, in your Tattva Gyan Patmala or whatever we have been. And the detailing of it will come on 319. Tattvartha Shraddhan mein the three doshas how to remove. Clear? Clear? So first understand the nature of सम्यक दर्शन. पहले सम्यक दर्शन को समझने के लिए सम्यक दर्शन चाहिए, है ना? सम्यक दर्शन को समझने के लिए सम्यक दर्शन चाहिए. That much patience nobody is applying. That much of insight nobody is applying. Nobody means our Jiva has not applied. So it is like this today. But now if it applies, then something can happen of it. Okay. So this I'm just quickly telling you. So you will read the Ati Vyapti, Avyapti, Asambhav dosh. We have already taught you. I'm not going to teach you. You will teach. After that, I will add the comments. Then comes Samyak Darshan ka Sacha Lakshan. What is Samyak? That you have to read and come. We have already taught you. You have to read and come. Tasya Bhavaha Tattvam. What is Tattva and all that. But then the next question is why Tattvartha are 7 only? What is the difference between Tattva and Tattvartha? Why they are 7 only is told on page number 316 to 317 to 318. Okay. And then he talks about the three doshas related to Tattvartha Shraddhanam. Ati Vyapti, Avyapti, Asambhav dosh. You have to read and come. And or come with your doubts. Come with your doubts. Those doubts only we will take. So with this, the page number 323 tak the portion ends. And then we will have सम्यक्त्व के विभिन्न लक्षणों का समन्वय. They are talking about so many lakshan of Samyak Darshan. No? What to say? A comparative study of those lakshan. Samanvay means unko reconciling all the aspects of Samyak Darshan will come on page number 323 to 24. Clear? So 325, 326, all talk about this avyapti, ati vyapti. So if you take your older syllabus, there they would have told you that this portion is based on Mokshamarga Prakasahak, this chapter, Lakshan, Lakshanabhas. Now we have studied in Agam ke Nay also, Pramanabhas, Lakshanabhas. Everything has been given to you now. Okay, then all those, if Lakshan is not understood, Mokshamarg doesn't begin. You take to other things and you feel you are on the path of moksha. Flawed understanding ke saath you take to the right practices. Okay? With flawed understanding, you take to the right practices. Vrat, tap, niyam, upvas, puja, bhakti, everything. But your understanding is flawed. So, Lakshanabhas. Dosh remains. है ना? Lakshanabhas remains, so Pramanabhas remains, so Mithyatva remains. So the journey of Mokshamarga has not commenced. And if it has not commenced, means Ananta Sansar Paribrahman is ready. We've got a great opportunity at hand, but if you don't take it as an opportunity, it becomes a threat for the Jiva for transmigration. Do one SWOT analysis every day. What are your strengths? My strength is that I am a pure soul and I have these qualities of Antaratma. If I'm not having these qualities, it is a weakness. If these weaknesses are there, you can't make use of the opportunity. Then it becomes a threat. If an opportunity is lost, then it becomes a threat for the jeev. Understood, dear? So like that, you have to read till page number what? कहाँ तक चलेगा ये?
323, ma'am.
330. 330 tak you all can read and come. 330 tak they are going to talk about these only. Lakshan, Lakshanabhas, what to say? Samyak Darshan related things. Then on page number 330, the Ved of Samyak Darshan will come. Okay. So you have homework till 330 or 323 tak तो कम से कम पढ़कर आप 323 तक 323 tak you all read and come.
Yeah.
So class is over from my side. You have any
I have a
questions?
question, ma'am.
Bolo.
I have a question. In the sequence of Ashrav, we say Mithyatva stands the first path. And Pramad is at the state of third in the sequence. Isn't Pramad also factoring into Mithyatva? Not
No.
wanting to learn the true nature of soul. Can it be considered as Pramad?
Yes. Not wanting to learn about pure soul is Pramad. Okay. Not learning it correctly is Mithyatva. Not learning it correctly is Mithyatva. Not desiring is Pramad only. So we are all in very deep spiritual stupor. Sleep, spiritual sleep mein hai hum log.
But wouldn't that have to happen post, like Mithyatva has been conquered, then only Pramad will come, or it's not like that?
I don't get your question.
So, like I'm thinking that when somebody is conquering Mithyatva, then he is able to take to Gunasthana 4. And the Pramad has been discussed in Gunasthana 6 and 7. So if he is already discarded or overcome Mithyatva, then where does the Pramad relate to Mithyatva? Then we say that we are in a serious state of stupor. And isn't that a Pramad? But that even without us going into Gunasthana 4.
So very nice question. Very, very nice. I appreciate you for that. What we have to understand is, first, not having the inclination, curiosity, or the seeker nature to understand reality. That Pramad is there in the jeev.
Right.
Okay. So once you try to understand, so that much level of Pramad has been conquered.
Yeah.
That much level of Pramad has been conquered.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the complete absorption in the pure soul related Pramad is operating.
Yeah.
That is not happening.
Yeah.
That will go only in the 6th, 7th Gunasthana.
Okay.
I know. So first you understand the right thing, your Mithyatva is gone.
Yeah.
Purusharth, the understanding the nature of the Purusharth, what is the real Purusharth of moksha, understanding has come.
Yeah.
Okay. And partial absorption in the pure soul also is happening.
Yeah.
So that is avirati. That is virati. That is virati. But more virati has to come for more absorption. That is a hurt. Muni is not able to absorb. Like Bahubali is not able to absorb. Rishabha is not able to absorb. Mahavir is not able to absorb. Why they are not able to absorb? Pramad is there.
Yeah.
So there the Pramad is related to absorption in the pure soul.
Right.
And here not even attempting. So that is very deep rooted Pramad with Mithyatva.
Okay.
So Pramad means it is not that it will go there. It starts going from here itself.
Okay.
So when Mithyatva goes, it alone won't go. It will also loosen all the apramad ka, pramad ka bhav also.
Right.
Right. See, for example, we are not taking to vratas, we are not taking to upvasana. But the moment we get Samyak Darshan, these are worth taking to. That understanding, pramad is not worth taking to.
Yeah.
That understanding also becomes clear. He's not able to absorb in the pure soul and give up the pramad. So he engages in doing swadhyay, he engages in writing jinvani, he engages in puja, bhakti, shubha. But he knows that this is not moksha. Moksha marg to wo ratnatraya.
Yeah.
Then he engages, he overcomes this pramad. Then his kashay will go, the remaining kashay will go.
Okay.
So you can say pramad is standing in between, but it has to be applied throughout.
Throughout. Okay.
It has to be
Thank
applied
you.
throughout.
Thank you, ma'am.
And very beautifully it is told.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Or koi? What is the next week date? Second, no, I'll come for the class.
Yeah.
There's my sister's daughter is getting married on 5th. So 1 se leke 6th tak festivities. 6 days is a big, long days, and lot of things happening. Chalo.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
My mind is burdened with so much of workload. I want a break from everything. Run. क्या बोलते हैं वो? Who let the dogs out? I just want to go away in wilderness and do nothing.
It's going back to nature.
Yes, go back to nature. Do nothing. That is what the body is asking. That is what the mind is asking. That is what the soul is asking. But they are not getting it. Right? So
Yeah.
I feel the toxins in the body. So, ठीक है, whatever, जो हो सो है.
Go in the north.
Admission is the
Please
first
go.
step, isn't it, ma'am?
Huh?
Admission is the first step.
So what I do is I do periodical my dhyan. I do my periodical kayutsak. Even yesterday, everybody was at home. They were doing things. I just sat down with my pen, paper, and myself and did nothing. Kayutsak. I'll just do my panch mudra. I'll do some kayutsak. I'll be fine to sail through that pressure of that material things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for guiding
Sure.
us.
Or I just have to take one book and read one gatha, Kundukundas gatha or some bhajan I have to read and calm myself. Okay, I don't know how
Thank
you
you.
people manage so much of pressure. See, I'm into Jainology, so मेरा life का pressure तो कम ही है ही नहीं, pressure तो है ही नहीं, but ये थोड़ा थोड़ा आ जाता है ना, तो mind घबरा जाता है, अरे भागो यहाँ से, भागो, निकलो, निकलो, ऐसा बोलता है.
I
भाग
would say
जाओ,
you
नीचे
are
भाग.
a pressure buster for a lot of us.
ठीक है, चलो.
Thank
और
you.
किसी को कुछ कहना है, कुछ
Thank
मैं
करना
ये
है?
कह रहा था, मैडम ये कह रहा था, नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया इज very secluded area. You can go there.
No, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to go inside, no anywhere going outside. I've been to all the places. The only way out is within. When I say run away means not run away to that wilderness.
Oh, okay.
Run away to the wilderness inside, which has not been explored.
Got it.
Right?
Got it. Yes.
बाहर
got it.
जाओगे वहां पे भी एक संसार खड़ा हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
नहीं चाहिए रे बाबा, कुछ नहीं चाहिए. बहुत घूम लिया, बहुत. I've seen almost so many things. Right?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
I've been. There's nothing outside. बाहर कुछ है ही नहीं देखने के लिए. अपने भगवान को देखो ना. Such a beautiful bhajan you have. I'll sing that bhajan for you. I'll get my book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just 1
Please.
minute. No.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
You can Google this bhajan. You can go to YouTube. You'll get this bhajan with the lyrics. From there only I just copied it. It is there in many puja books also. You know. निरखो अंग अंग जिनवर के, जिनसे झलके शांति अपार. Nirkho means what? Adore anga of a jinvar. You know anga, no?
Yes,
Anga,
ma'am.
you understand?
Part.
Parts of the body. Jinavar ke, not anybody, not Pudgal ka anga, not material people ka anga. Jinavar ke anga dekho. निरखो अंग अंग जिनवर के जिनसे झलके शांति अपार. Each and every part of the body of Jinwar, you can see the peace radiating. चरण कमल जिनवर कहे घूमा सब संसार पर क्षण भंगुर जगत में निज आत्म तत्व ही सार याते पद्मासन विराजे जिनवर जल के शांति अपार. You understand the meaning? It is written by Pandit Abhay Kumarji Shastri of Devlali. I have had the good fortune of meeting him and working on his book Kriya Parinam Abhipray for a dissertation for one of my students in the department. Okay, very beautifully written book. If you want, I will try to get the PDF of it from the candidate and you will see the book and you will tell me the mistakes in it so that I can edit it and publish it. Okay.
Okay.
So Charan Kamal means the lotus feet. Kamal means lotus, Charan means feet. So the lotus feet of Bhagwan are telling us how the Bhagwan's feet are sitting. Sorry, how Bhagwan is sitting in the lotus feet. Leg on leg, right? Padmasan, no? So do we sit in Padmasan? Then forget being a Paramatma. You're not even an Antaratma. So an Antaratma will always sit in Padmasan or Ardha Padmasan. You understand? At least keep your spine straight, your neck straight, your head straight, posture correction. Very important. If you want to be an Antaratma, start from the gross to the subtle level. Okay, so Padmasan. Always sit down in Padmasan. So every now and then I will sit off in Padmasan. Every now and then. Whenever I remember Bhagwan, whenever I remember pure soul, I'll sit in Padmasan with my spine straight. So I may not go to the temple and do the puja of Bhagwan, but this is the puja that I do. Whenever I remember, I'll make my posture correct. One thing. Second thing is, the legs are telling me that I wandered everywhere. Bhagwan's legs are telling, Ghuma sab sansar. Par kshan bhangur jagat. Wherever I go, like Bharat Bhai told, go to northeast. Can I eternally be in northeast?
Yes.
Kshan bhangur. But eternally I can be in the pure soul, right?
Pure soul, yeah.
So no thought of going to northeast or southeast or America or Australia or no thought of going anywhere except going inside. You understand what I'm trying to say? So Nirko, Bhagwan's legs are telling you that Ghuma sab sansar, par kshan bhangur jagat mein only my Atma Tattva is sar. Hence I have put the Padmasan and I have absorbed in the pure. And hence I have got it and I am happy. Next one. Hasta Yugal Jinavarka. Yugal means two. Hasta means hands. The two hands of Bhagwan are telling, why are you being parka karta? Parka karta hota hai. ऐसी मिथ्या बुद्धि से ही भ्रमण चतुर्गति होई. Oh, I can do this. I did this. I did the cooking. I did this thing. Arey, what you did nothing. You are only gyata drashta karta. You are only nimit. Okay, I'll give an example. You did the work of making curd. Curd. Okay, I'll give you a cup of what to say? Chai. You are the karta, no? So make chai, make dahi out of chai. You're the karta, no? Do no. Arey, the doodh was having the qualities to get converted to curd. You were only a nimit putting that little curd in it. And you take the credit that I did it. How much of mithya buddhi you're having? Again, another example. I'm taking the class over here. Then I'm on my deathbed. That time also I should be taking the class if I'm the karta. No, that time the Sambhai is different, the Pudgal are different. The Shakti is different. So according to the Shakti Praman, according to the Nimit Praman, the class is happening. I'm only enjoying Karta Bhav. I'm only a knower and seer. I'm not the doer of all this. I'm only a Nimit. So that Mithya Buddhi is not there. So मैं पर का कर्ता नहीं हूँ. Even though the karta is happening, I'm that understanding that I am not the karta of all this is very clear, evident. Like that, it should be clear to us. Internal clarity, happiness, blissfulness, nishchintata, nishankata, nirvichikitsa, mood drishti, upaguhan, all vatsalya. That is my vatsalya for my pure soul, not having this mithya buddhi. That is my affection for my pure soul. From that field of detachment, affection flows the responsibility of helping people understand this, provided given an opportunity, otherwise not to be too much stressed about. Clear? मिले तो ठीक, नहीं मिले तो ज्यादा ठीक. कोई मिला पढ़ने के लिए ठीक है, नहीं मिला बहुत ज्यादा ठीक. मुझे मेरे ऊपर काम करने का अवकाश मिले. Clear? पत्तु मणि वरे 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 नमस्कार. एक मिनट. Okay, so I'll finish this. Yate. Yate means hence you're sitting in Padmasana. Because this Mithya Buddhi is gone, you cannot do anything for the world outside. And you can only work on your consciousness, field of your consciousness, and understand it and manifest it. You're enjoying being in that conscious state. You know. So now you are no Brahman for Chaturgati is happening. Why Brahman for Chaturgati for us is happening? Because this Mithya Buddhi is there. Why this Mithya Buddhi is there? Because we have not seen Bhagwan properly. We have not interpreted things properly. Next one, Lochan. Lochan means eyes. Dvaya. Dvaya means two. The two eyes of Bhagwan are telling that I've seen the whole world. Dekha sab sansar. Par dukh may gati char mein dhruv atma tattva hi se. I've seen the whole world and understood that my eternal pure soul, the Gyayak Bhav, is the essence. And coming out of it is dukhamay gati char sansar. इसलिए नाशा दृष्टि विराजे जिनवर झलके शांति. Hence Bhagwan has put the nasha drishti. From external point of view, he's focusing on the nose, but actually he's not focusing. He's focusing on the Gyayak. So had I had the time, I would have made you do this as an exercise. Okay, so next class you remind me, I'll help you with an exercise. Next one. Antarmukh mudra kahe atma tattva darshay. That Antarmukh mudra, no? Antarmukh mudra is showing Bhagwan that Bhagwan is engaged in the Atma Tattva. Now, I have done the Jin Darshan. And with that, I have done the Nij Darshan and Sadguru Vachana Suhai. I like the Vachan of the Sadguru. Yate Antardrishti Viraje Jinvar Thalke Shanti. Because of this, so try to translate this in Tamil and give it to our people. Sing it for people. Help them understand these deep things. Simply building temples for Bhagwan will not help. We have to build the temple here. Okay, dear. With this, I would like to stop. Thank you all. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Jai
ma'am.
Jinendra.
Thank you, ma'am.
अनंत उपकार है उसके जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शकता. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Do
ma'am.
reflect,
you.
do reflect on the class today
Thank you, ma'am.
and evolve. Okay. Jai Jai.
Jai Jai.